Okay, hey there.
We found this
Sorry
at the
about
dig
that.
site. I assume
Last
it
time I
belongs
had
to
to
you.
cut it short because I was hitting up the hard
It
limit.
is a memory shard.
Could it
So
help
I
us with
backed
the
it up
device?
just a little bit to pick up right where we
No,
left off.
it contains only pain.
With Liara about to
But
totally
I will
geek out.
help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
As I mentioned last time, I actually like
I
Javik.
have a few more questions
He
I'd
winds
like
up
to
being
ask.
one of my favorite characters just because of how hardcore
I've
he
written over
is.
a dozen studies on your species.
Now here's
I've
Liara
published in
geeking
several
out.
journals that-
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry.
He's hilarious just because of the way he is. He doesn't have to try to be funny, he's just funny by his
I've never seen a
nature.
species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
I bet it
We
does.
evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
Beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch.
So who touched
Memory has
the
its own
beacon?
biomarker,
Some dude who's having
its
a
own
nightmare?
chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
This is a cool trick.
So, could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization
Yeah,
like?
here she goes about to
Yes,
geek
I've
out.
always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm
He is
sorry.
such a downer, but I
The
still love him
study
for
of
it.
your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant
And
race of
here's
our
where we
sect.
find out that the
We
Protheans were
ruled the
not
galaxy.
the people we thought they
My
were.
studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
So they
Are you
forced
saying
subjugation.
you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
So essentially,
I
you either
had no
fought or
idea
submitted.
Protheans were
And if you
so
fought and lost, you got wiped
severe.
out.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it
So it
work?
was out of
For
fear.
a time, the Metacon War, we were turning the tide until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago in ways we could never imagine.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes.
But
Under
they
my
didn't.
leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option, you would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
So thanks.
Oh, thank you, I think. What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
Yep.
During my
And
life,
we'll deal with that
Ilos
when I
was
do
only
Mass
a
Effect
rumor.
1.
It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yep, that's for sure.
Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
That sucks.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city.
I don't imagine that worked.
Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
And see, my shepherd plays it the other way.
Lost the war.
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The
Yep.
subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to
Sounds
say
like that
our
sucked.
cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
No,
By
he
that
didn't,
point,
I'm
the
betting.
Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
I think I'm done at this
Thank you
point.
for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
This is
The
hilarious.
lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies.
I love how Liara is just completely freaked out by that.
Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik, though I still need time to recover. The shock has not worn off yet.
I understand. This must be a hell of an experience for you.
We're just about
I'm
wrapping
glad
up
to
with
have
this
you
little
aboard,
one.
Jeff.
This is a short video to bridge the gap between, my previous work and what's going to be in the next section when we really start getting out into the galaxy and doing stuff.
So much has been lost. So
I'll make
much has
sure to
changed,
try and
yet the Reapers
edit out
still
any of the
here.
really boring planet scanning bullcrap. That way you guys don't have to put up with it. And think we're just about done. Saving it and putting it down. I'll see you next time, folks. Take care.